What about Bombay gin versus Tanqueray, for example, where
Yep.
it's a different category, different positioning. How did you position that brand versus Tanqueray?
Yeah, it's a terrific question, and again, it's for any brand in any category. Um, you have to be able to be true to your story, but tell it in a differentiated way. You have to be differentiated, and let's face it, um, Tanqueray is the king of gins. It's big juniper flavor. It's the ultimate gin and tonic. It's the king of gins, or perhaps the queen of gins. Who knows? Whatever.
Mm.
Um, and so with Bombay Sapphire, it was really important again to go back to the start and work out why and how Bombay was created. And it was created with 11 really subtle botanicals, no big juniper. 10, not 11, 10 really subtle botanicals. And it was infused gin as opposed to pot boiled gin. Um, and the infusion process um, actually means that you've got a much more subtle, soft flavor, much more discerning. There's the first clue. So we've got a much more discerning gin brand here. Now let's look at consumer. Let's look at target consumers. And it became clear that the subtlety of Bombay was never going to satisfy the target consumer of Tanqueray, which is a big flavour. So who will it satisfy? It'll satisfy those consumers who are discerning in understanding how things are put together, discerning about the stories, discerning about the ingredients and understanding the ingredients that go into a brand. And so the target consumer for Bombay was different. It was an Epicurean consumer
Mm.
who was into craft beers, into alternative, probably shorter movies, who was into food, but understanding how food's put together and the recipes and what have you. And so it all starts, differentiation is all about your consumer. What's their insight? Their insight was about a world of discovery. We want to discover things in the world. We don't want to go on a package holiday. We actually want to go on the Intrepid holiday and put a tent hanging off a cliff where we can take photos of the savannah as the sun's coming up. So they wanted a world of discovery. Bombay Sapphire was all about discovery. It was about opening up a world of sublime discovery.
Mm.
And so again, building an authentic platform off which we could weave Bombay into those people's lives was actually the key. And again, I want to talk about those connection moments, and I want to talk about it in a different context here. We learnt through understanding that consumer in very, very fine detail that actually documentary movie makers, short movies, independent movies were a huge part of their life. And so we created the Bombay Sapphire Discovery Series,
Mm.
and we got Adrian Brody involved. We got Robert De Niro involved. We got what was his name? Jeffrey Mitchell, I think it was. No, don't quote me on that. He's the copywriter who wrote Babe. Anyway, so we got people from the movie industry who were into independent film involved, and we invited our Epicurean consumers to actually write a movie script based on a structure that Jeffrey had actually outlined for them. We got tens and tens of thousands of entries. We made 5 short films, which were the consumers' scripts. Adrian Brody directed. And as it turns out, one of our short films won the BAFTA award for the short films that year. And so it was real, it was authentic. Bombay Sapphire had the right to do it. And we still sold a lot of gin and tonic, of course.